All right, here we are live on CBS News Chicago. Thank you for joining us. You can see this ambulance stolen some time ago appears to be sputtering to a stop. It is lost within the past half hour. Its driver's side rear wheel tire. Marie, what do you got?
Well, quick hits right off the top. We know this was taken from Chinatown. This is a Chicago ambulance.
Oh, here we go.
Driver, only person inside, no patient. You see the door opening here? Oh, hands up. Does it look like they're trying to run? And you see police already there right behind him. They've been chasing it for, I believe, closer to an hour, if not longer.
Yeah.
We know that they're south on I-55, past Gardner at this point.
South on I-55, way deep into the southwest suburbs. The thief, we don't know if it's a male or female, got into the ambulance, took it appeared really for a joyride, but was followed at some point in time, fairly high speed down southbound I-55. You can see the negotiations going on right now. Now he's taking off. He's taking off. And you saw when he initially got out of the ambulance.
Those are going to be the northbound lanes, by the way, right now.
Yes, he put up his arms, but then he went through like a little. Now this is going to get really dangerous.
This is, oh gosh. Oh wow.
Because
okay,
the northbound lanes have not stopped traffic. So this is going to be critical right here. Okay, taken down by what appears to be an Illinois State Police trooper or someone from county. And this is where the heroics come in.
Yeah. They are just off the northbound lanes of 55, so we're hopeful that traffic is halted as this is happening right now, because again, so dangerous. And we watched as the suspect really looked like he tried to get into that passing vehicle for a time before he was taken down.
Unbelievable. Tried to get into what appeared to be some type of red truck. And you can see you've got at least 2 canine patrols on there. You've got at least 4 officers now. You know, just knowing from legal parlance, this is called kind of a smother, where it's a pile-on. You try to restrain the suspect as much as possible, not knowing what the suspect has on him. Does he have a gun? Does he have a knife? What's in his pocket? What's he grabbing for? You saw when he did exit that ambulance that he stole, ambulance 66, a Chicago Fire Department ambulance, stole it possibly an hour plus ago. He was carrying that bag, that one of the tactical units just threw to the side there. No one knows what was in that bag.
Enough for them to grab it. That was important enough when they left, and to carry it as they ran. And again, what we watched was the suspect stop. It almost looked like they were kneeling on the ground with their hands up, and then make that split-second decision to run for it across I-55.
But he did that sneaky move where he got out, he put his hands up, but then he snuck under what appeared to be not like a guardrail, but like a wired rail, if you will. Yeah, a line of fencing. So he snuck under that, said, "Hey, I'm stopping, I'm stopping." But all the time he was talking, he was moving around, he was fidgety, and these officers acutely aware, but also absolutely putting their lives on the line, because while all traffic had been, they separated southbound lanes like the Red Sea.
Right.
Not all lanes had been stopped northbound.
No.
I mean, so you could see, we saw at least 2 vehicles pass.
Right.
And now we just saw just under the screen, as you're looking at, just under the screen, there's a semi-truck there who's now in the middle of the road, so he's kind of stopped traffic. Yeah. But some really amazing police work here.
They were out of their squad cars very quickly.
Very quickly.
Once that ambulance started slowing down, and again, it slowed down because I would say maybe 20 minutes ago now is when that back rear tire blew.
Back rear tire blew, so then you're going to have some intense wearing on the rim.
Right.
Then he started fishtailing, but then he sped up, slowed down, sped up, slowed down. And we were talking with Chris Habermill earlier. Chris said, it wasn't necessarily a slow speed chase, but he was going
75?
60, 70, 75, which is a pretty good clip for an ambulance, no matter how you cut it. So now we have the end of what was pretty, this is very LA-ish.
It is. You're
this is not typical of South suburban Chicago.
No.
But what we have seen is a remarkable and what appears to be cross your fingers. Thankfully, everyone's okay ending here, Marie.
We have worked hard to cover the chase, obviously, and that was a threat in itself to traffic and drivers, et cetera. But we are working to figure out how this started, how this person was able to get into this ambulance and take it. Again, no patients. Only the driver was in that ambulance at the time. We're trying to figure out the exact spot it was taken from. We're hearing roughly Chinatown, possibly, is where this ambulance would have been working. Chris Habermel was referencing that. But we want to find out the origin of how this driver was able to get in and take it for such a long drive.
Right. I am intimately familiar and have sources and have friends who are paramedics a lot of time. And a lot of times they leave ambulances running, and a lot of times they leave the keys in them.
It
and
makes
that's
sense
out
in
of
the rush of
practice.
an emergency,
Well, absolutely. You have an emergency.
Yeah.
You don't want to say, oh, where did I put the keys? Or, oh, so I mean, a lot of times they are left running.
Yeah.
They are in, the turnabouts at emergency rooms. But the keys are typically always left in the vehicle. Just the last thing you want is on an emergency call is where are the keys at?
Well, I'm curious then, again, we are working to confirm this information, but what, has someone decided it's a good idea to go take this ambulance?
Right,
So we'll be working to figure out some of those details, and I'm curious exactly where the ambulance was at the time it was stolen.
Right.